Hello, welcome back to our Japanese 1890 campaign, Rise of the Dragon. When last we left off, we came to a pretty disappointing end to the war with Russia. Like no window popped up or anything. I mean, we got our concessions, we got our reparations, but we didn't actually really see what happened there. It just sort of ended without any notice. We started I'm not sure if it was last episode or the one before, but we started a new aircraft carrier class. It must have been maybe the episode before because we're down to 9 months on that. The Shinano. And we started designing some 3,500 ton missile equipped destroyers, which is pretty exciting. Our unrest has climbed a little bit, but I think that's from decisions we made. And then we have a monthly balance of about negative 9,000. Pensions are up and down, but I expect them to come down due to the end of the war. So let us push on and see if we can get any budget raises here to help us out. Save the game as always as we push further into 1952. All right, this is what modern day German heavy cruisers look like. 12 10-inch guns. They look a lot like 1940s heavy cruisers, actually, because I don't know if it tells us, but there don't seem to be any missile launchers on here. That reminds me, now that we're up to 3,500 tons, we can put that light forces and torpedo research back to medium. We have the advantage there anyway. And then we're still not quite enough distance there to do any invasions of US territories. And we'll keep on going. Do we want to sell explosive shells to the French? We will, even though we have unfinished business with them, but we need the money this time around. That's half a month worth of funding. That'll help us keep afloat until these Shinanos are finished. Shinanos is such a fun word to say. This is the question again about submarines. He wants us to build 18. We can do that, and it gives us some budget. We can develop heavy jet fighters now that we've finished the attack fighters. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll go for speed first and reliability second. Apparently we can develop helicopters as well. Anyway, that helped our monthly balance out a little bit. We're going to wait a couple months until we get the warning about not building enough submarines, and then we'll do 18 subs. And then maybe about a month or two after that, we'll start popping out the Shinanos. Yes, we need more destroyers. We're working on that. It's going to be a process. We need budget. Okay. Looking pretty good here. Everything's up to date for the most part. Although some of our stuff is starting to get close to being outdated, like the Tones. In fact, we can probably replace the Tones now with the Myokos on those foreign stations. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll save us about 1,000 per month or so. So let's go ahead and send the Myoko to the Indian Ocean. We'll send the Nachi, the unlucky Nachi. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Active fleet. We'll move it to the South Pacific. And the Ashigara will move to the North Pacific. Yeah, the Tones, they're 1929 designs. Unlike our Tangos, which are 1925 designs, they're not very upgradable. I mean, we could potentially upgrade the Tones, but Let's face it, they are very old designs and they're costing us a little bit of money at this point to upkeep. What can we do? Let's go for long-term economic development as usual. Instead of railroads, we're now building highways. Better uh, needed to keep ASW effectiveness versus modern submarines. That's pretty important. Medium bombers can carry guided bombs now. Wonder if that's a doctrine. Does not appear to be so. Alrighty. And once these Myokos hit where they're supposed to go, we'll say goodbye to the Tonays. Improvement of armor quality. Reduced gunnery penalty for cruisers and destroyers, light cruisers and destroyers. We have modern torpedo control systems, so we have increased torpedo accuracy all around. Not that we're really going to be, I don't know, we might still be launching torpedoes. All right, farewell to the Tonays. They had a very kind of illustrious career. I think they fought in at least 2 wars, did pretty well. So we'll say goodbye. And that saves us quite a bit of money. All right, yeah, our main screen here is getting a little bit smaller, but that's because the bottom half of it isn't just like filled with destroyers. It will be soon enough, though. Could we sell to Italy? We can, because Italy's never really been an issue for us. That gave us over a month worth of balance. So this is a potential private heavy jet fighter. We're going to say no because we're developing our own right now. We don't even know what our own looks like. So we have nothing to compare it to. And let's go ahead and build those medium subs. I think it's time. It's going to put us in the hole again. Didn't we just do that? Hang on. Was that not enough? Submarines. That's not nearly enough. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 13. Why did we only build? Did I hit the wrong button here? I think I may have hit the wrong button. Hang on. 16. What's going on? Why is it not? Why is it not building the number that I was? I don't know. I have to go back and look at that, but it didn't seem to be building the number that I was putting in. Nothing to worry about for our building program. Let's see here. Lots of challenges and not enough breakthroughs. All right, the Shinano should be coming into service here anytime. There's the first one, the Ashai and the Shinano. Very cool. Let's see here. They're going into the first carrier division. We made room for them a little while ago. We just set up their air wings. Now the question is, do we want to load those up with heavy jet fighters? We can't yet, so we're not going to put anything on there just yet. We're going to wait and see. No, no. Russia and the USA are aligned. We have ASW helicopters. All right. Reduced landing accidents. We're getting some progress made. Our monthly balance is looking a little bit better now. And I think in a month or two, about 5 months, we're going to start having our first of the Okikaze class. Nope, not until we. Not going to assign anything until I see what the heavy jet fighters look like. He wants 9 additional cruisers. I don't see how that's possible. Unless we ended up building a new Suma type cruiser. We could get some budget out of it. You know what? Maybe we will go for an ultralight cruiser again. We could put some helicopters on it, maybe. Here's our new jet attack. Oh, that's the jet attack. Okay. I guess we have to start designing the light cruiser now because it will take a couple of months to go through. We can't be too slow about that. So 5,500 tons. That is fairly light. It's lighter than the Kana class. Now the question is, what can we slap on this thing? We could do a helicopter hangar with like 2 helicopters. This will have missile launchers on it. Can we do a couple of those each? It's dangerously top heavy. That's fine. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. It has dual purpose auto loading 6-inch guns. We don't need the secondaries right now. Let's get rid of all that stuff that might be extra weight. The deck, we're going to go down to 1 inch on that. And the belt will go to 1.5 inch just for splinter protection. We're still top heavy. What can we do to reduce the top heaviness of this? Not a whole lot. Let's take away the ASW rocket launchers. That saves us 15 tons. These things, oh, we're getting rid of the mines. No mines. So we're going to go down to 0 on that. These are not, let's face it, these are not like submarine hunters. And they're not mine layers. I think mine laying is like dunzo. Can we go up to 6 radar limit? We can. We can get rid of take the extended belt down to 1 inch. I don't know. Do you need a flight deck for helicopters? Ships without flight deck can operate a small number of float planes or helicopters. So we're going to go for helicopters on this thing. And the question is, can we get any dual purpose auto loadings? We'll go for 200 rounds. It'll go through that really quick. It was like 220, 230. It's 30 knots. Diesel engines. That saves some weight there. It's not going to have any torpedo defense, unfortunately. In the accommodation, we do need modern, spacious accommodation. So we might have to go up a couple hundred tons of displacement. I did want to make these long range if possible, but I don't think it's going to happen. We have to go up quite a bit. Yeah, we'd have to go up a lot. Well, go up to 6,100 displacement. These aren't going to be the minis that hang on, let's get rid of some of this. Let's get rid of the extended belt and bring the regular belt down to 1 inch. The conning tower can go down to 2 inches. Do we have any problems? Not yet. right at 6,000 tons of displacement. They're 1,300 each to build. That's going to be a lot of money. But we end up with long-range ships that have spacious accommodation. So these could escort carrier groups that, like the Shinanos and whatnot, around. Enhanced sonar. We're not worried about sonar. Huh. Or are we? Do we care about... Okay. So this is going beyond the scope of what we hoped for here. But if these are escorting around the Shinano and whatnot, it might be useful for these to have some anti-submarine power on them. So we'll go with... They can't equip depth charge throwers. You know, the ASW is never going to be good on these. Like, these will never have good ASW, other than the helicopters. So maybe we'll give... maybe we will give them this stuff, because they'll have submarine hunting, limited submarine hunting ability. And then if we go down, I think 200 for displacement, we end up with 6,100, which is a lot more than we thought. But these do end up being fairly good looking. What if we swap these? Like, this one's taking up 22 tons, so we can get rid of that, and add the wing-mounted launchers. That saves a tiny bit of tonnage, like 4 tons. And then can we add... Weird. Early, like, they were mounted center line and like forward and stuff, and now that's not even an option. Can we increase the number of tubes? You cannot. Okay. All right. So this is probably what we're going to be going with. I'm still doubtful about the anti-submarine capabilities, but if we're putting helicopters on there, then that might be a thing. Yeah. Okay. Good enough. It only has 6 guns. The heavy AA isn't fantastic, but the Shinanas can take care of themselves. All right, let's pick a name for this. The Naka. Something Yoshino. I like that. Cool. These will probably take the place of the Suma class if we decide not to upgrade the Sumas any further. The Sumas are really cheap to maintain, those. Those might hang around for a while. So we'll save this. And we will push on. Hopefully by the time we have to start making those, these Okazis will be done. Oh, no, we'll keep going until we have the heavy jet fighter. We're not going to be limited by a disarmament conference. All right, so this is what our heavy jet fighters are going to look like. So the cruise speed is pretty much the same, no matter what I pick. This one up top has the best range. It also has the best maneuverability, but it's a little bit lower on toughness. It carries 2 1,000-pound bombs as opposed to 1 2,000-pound bomb. You know, yeah, I think we'll go with the top one. So this is an improved jet fighter here, light jet fighter. So it gets some firepower, it gets some range. That's cool. Yes, we'll develop helicopters now as well. So we'll go for speed and reliability on helicopters, because I don't expect much more of those. Our tensions are ratcheting up. Britain is allied with Italy, of all people. So that's something to keep an eye out on. We're going to wait another turn or two before we start building the light cruisers. And now I guess we can assign the air groups. All right, can we actually add heavy jet fighters on here yet? We cannot, but we can add. So let's see what the computer adds on here first. Oh, it did. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like the look of that. Where it's two squadrons of light jets, one squadron of heavy, and then a bunch of jet attack. I like that. We'll go with that. We'll copy the air group and paste the air group. Yep. Now we need to adjust this. So we need to change this role to light jet jet attack fighters. Oh, oh, that's going to be a problem. We're to refit all of our carriers with angled flight decks. Uh, Not great, but we'll do it. You know, we'll do it in the next coming couple of years. And we're getting some money. Yes, please. We'll get some budget and some tension. Hopefully not too much. Ooh, it's not great. All right, we need to do 9 of these. Puts us in the hole. But we do have these destroyers coming out of the docks. It's going to take 2 years to build all these light cruisers. But in return, we did get some budget increases that were badly needed. This is the light cruiser for the Russians, the new light cruiser. So it's going to be carrying 3 heavy surface-to-surface missiles. Getting some improvements here and there. I was hoping that this tension would come down due to the war just ending, but want to see if we can't get some sort of events happening to help us lower that tension. We're getting caught out a little bit here. I thought we'd have longer between wars. French helicopters. This is the French carrier, the Verdun, under construction. This is the Foch class. 99 aircraft. Yep, those are formidable. Ours are 90. But, I mean, if they're building it right now, I wonder how far into the build they are. So ships, where's the Verdun? Here it is. It's going to be finished 2 years from now, so we're like 2 years ahead of them. Not that we're at risk of going to war with France anyway, but it's always good to have this information. All right, doctrine. I thought there was a doctrine in here where you can have you like store extra missiles. Here it is. There we go. So what's the difference? So it goes up by 1,000. So that's fine. Yep, we want to have more missiles because that's going to be the thing from now on. We have 8,000 monthly balance, so let's go ahead and build another set of these destroyers. Let us look at our newest aircraft carriers and see if we can't, the Taihos, see if we can't give them angled flight decks. So it sucks to have to rebuild these so soon. but we'll replace all the machinery while we're at it. It's going to take a year. I don't know how we're going to put an angled flight deck on here. But to reduce the number of aircraft we carry. Or get rid of the, we'll get rid of the flight deck, the armor. We can't do that. Never mind. Shoot. Maybe we'll strip off a couple of guns. Then our heavy AA would go down. So I guess we get rid of one aircraft. Well, I guess that does it. Oh, hang on. We'll give it diesel engines. Nah, it doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. Shoot. There's not a whole lot we can do here. We can raise the radar tech to 6, I think. Yep. But to get rid of another aircraft. So it'll take a year, and it'll take essentially about 5,500 per month to do both of those. That's fine. That is okay. So we lose a couple of aircraft. We won't have to make very hard decisions about that, since everything's being consolidated into... Oh, hang on, let's take a look at that design real quick. I forgot if I put catapults on it or not. Okay, it has catapults. Just making sure. I thought it did, but then it just suddenly struck me. But we won't have to make very hard decisions about what to take off and what to put on, because everything's being consolidated into jet squadrons. So like all the dive bombers and stuff, they're all turning into jet attack. I'll make him a hero. Potentially gain some prestige along with that tension. No, we didn't get any prestige. Okay. I know, we don't have any jet aircraft quite yet. It's still 4 months away, it looks like. It's probably going to remind me every month about it. We'll make him a hero. Actually, yeah, we'll make him a hero. Go for some prestige. We got one. And now we can start assigning these destroyers now that that first set is finished. So this goes into Division 1. So it looks like we built 10. That means we'll have to build 2 more if we want to keep our normal squadrons of 4. To keep it even, I mean. I guess we could do that now. Or we could start refitting. Yeah, let's start refitting other carriers now while we have time, hopefully before any kind of fighting breaks out. So what can we actually refit? How about the Kagas? So we want to replace the machinery on here. We want to give them diesel engines, which will take up more weight for whatever reason, but they're probably more reliable. We'll take away, we need angled flight deck. We'll take away 1, 2 aircraft again. And that leaves us 186 tons. Hang on, radars. 1, 2, 3. Leaves us 14 tons. That's fine. All right, so we will start refitting both of those. We do want to go into the next war with like squadrons of jet attack. So this is pretty important. They're still doing prop-driven fighters, I think. Or no, this is a jet fighter. Because look at the top speed is 421. We just looked at this. All right. New helicopter prototypes are ready for evaluation. Let's go for the one with the best range and the best speed. Like everything else is meaningless. These are for anti-submarine and pilot rescue and stuff. And it appears that our tension did go down with Britain, which is really nice. I missed it, or maybe it just happened. I don't know. So this is the Bunker Hill. It's the largest aircraft carrier in the world, 59,000 tons. It's probably at least 100 aircraft. Actually, probably more than that, considering it's 10,000 tons bigger than what we have. The Bunker Hill. Here it is. 78. How did they use up so much space and only have 78? It must be really armored. 29 knots. Huh. Yeah, ours are 45,000 tons. Theirs are 14,000 tons more than ours. How the heck did they only end up with 78? That's kind of weird. I wonder what they did on there. Maybe they like really heavily armored it? How do you even use up that much space? We'll give up a prestige to not raise tensions anymore. Sorry. All right, heavy fighters in service. Cool. Now, did we give our Okazis enhanced sonar? We did not. Uh-oh. All right, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be an issue if we have to rebuild all these, because we just got the pop-up that said they're going to be less effective if they don't have the improved sonar. So what if we open the design for rebuild? What, we can't? You can't put enhanced sonar on here? What the heck's going on here? Let's design a destroyer real quick. Okay. Yeah, what? You have to do it from the beginning? I don't get it. I don't get it. So radar limit 6. Maybe it's the radar limit. Nope, we're at radar limit 6. What if we hit replace machinery? That doesn't do anything. Why can't we have an enhanced sonar? What is the deal here? Maybe we need a new destroyer class. We just started these, so let's get rid of those. I don't know, I feel like I'm making a mistake here, but something weird is happening. Design. New destroyers. We'll keep those other ones, but it's weird that we weren't able to give them diesel engines. We'll give them spacious accommodation. We can't make them long range, right? No. All right. So what is the deal here? It gives an ASW value of 12, 14. We'll go with 13. Get rid of those mines. Go up to 6 on the radar. We're okay so far. Yeah, that's just really weird. We'll give them some torpedo reloads. Can we squeeze a helicopter onto each of these? No. Well, maybe. Actually, maybe. They're a little bit slow. Nah, I guess these ones won't have helicopters on them. They do have a lot of surface-to-surface missiles. Yeah, I wonder why it won't let us upgrade the other ones with enhanced sonar systems. I wonder if it's like something that has to be built into the hull. I don't know. This is a pretty decent destroyer. 35. Oh, hang on. Change the engine. Oh, okay. 34. We have to fix something here. 5-inch guns. What if we can make them 4-inch guns? There we go. We can even give them some more. We'll go with aft superimposed double turrets. There we go. And now maybe we'll just put a seaplane on there, or a helicopter. Look at that. That's like a modern day destroyer where it has a flight deck on the back for a helicopter. It has missiles. It has enhanced stuff on it. That's kind of cool. We can add another medium AA. We cannot. We can take away a couple of lights. Gives us 20 heavy AA. What if we do a forward centerline turrets? No. Delete that. It takes up so much space. That's a lot. Oh, I guess we have to. I guess it counts for the extra ammunition. 350 rounds per gun. We'll go to 340 to give us 6 extra tons. No unit machinery this time around. And let's pick a cool name for this. Like, this is our anti-submarine thing. The Kagero. The Kagero was a really good destroyer, at least at the beginning of the war in World War II. Alrighty. Yep, I think that's everything. 340 rounds isn't a whole lot for, anything, but we've got 5 more rounds. Yeah, 345. Let us, and these are even more expensive than the other ones. They're about 100 more, but they are top of the line destroyers. We could drop, what if we drop, nah, let's keep what we got. No more fiddle faddling around. Save. And I think we'll push on. Actually, let's start redoing the Hoshos. I don't know how much we're going to be able to help them out. The Tangos are getting old. All right, let's give the Tangos another lease on life here. We need to replace their machinery. We'll give them diesel engines. We'll give them spacious accommodation. And what can we do? We'll upgrade these secondary guns. We'll take away some of the light AA to... Oh, okay. What can we do here to make this thing a little bit lighter? Maybe we'll take off 1 set, 2 sets of the 5-inch guns. That leaves us with 8 on 4 on each side, essentially. These are all port side. Hang on. There we go. We can give them auto loaders. Nah, we can't. And I mean, we lose some secondary guns, but we make it a spacious accommodation for the modern ship, essentially. We get diesel engines, which I believe are probably more reliable. And can we do missile launchers on here? Probably too heavy. No, nice. All right, we can fit a couple on there. Can we... What if we take 1 barrel? These are 15-inch guns. What if we take off 1 barrel off the aft? Are we allowed to do that? Okay, you can't. Okay. So let's bring the guns back up. Yes, that's really all we can do. I mean, we added a couple of missile launchers on there. Yeah. It's going to be expensive. 14 months. 3 of those. Let's go ahead and do it. We're just getting everything modernized here. This might be the final form of our tangos, which have been serving proudly since 1925. Alrighty. The bungos are okay. They don't need surface-to-surface launchers. They got 17-inch guns. Naval patrol craft. Sure. We'll go for speed and range. Save the game. And that reminds me, we can adjust our air groups, like our land air groups. So let's get rid of delete button doesn't work. So let's disband, 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 disband. And then what happens when we try to give them auto add? Yeah, it goes over to all jet fighters for the most part. So we probably don't need medium bombers anymore. Let's take it. Whoops. Oh, okay. We'll have to fix that. No. Okay, we'll have to fix that. Well, we'll disband all of these. And then that gives us 28 aircraft we can add. We'll actually disband those. We'll add. Well, it's under rebuild, so we can't do that anyway. But we'll get rid of the old prop-driven aircraft. We might get rid of our prop-driven aircraft for like everything. Just phase them out entirely. Okay. Anyhow, we wanted to compare. So let's take a look at our jet attack aircraft, which have two 2,000-pound bombs or four 2,500-pound bombs, versus the medium bomber, which has four 1,600-pound bombs. Yeah, the jet is just better. It's well, it doesn't have the same range. The medium bomber has a lot longer range, but that's fine. But it's like 100 knots faster. The stats are improved. Yes, we're not going to do medium bombers anymore. So let's go down to here. Yeah, we're getting rid of the medium bombers. We'll change the role over to jet attack. And can we make some of these night capable? Is that allowed? It is. Can we make these fighters night capable? Go down to 10. Well, we'll do that in a sec. Change role, night capable, naval patrol craft. I'm still not sure about those, but we'll put 10. We'll give them 10. Oh, we can't. Okay, all right, hang on. Change the number down to 10 and down to 10. There we go. So we go with heavy jet fighters and jet attack for all of our airfields that have 60 on them. That sounds pretty good. So we'll copy the air group. We'll paste it. I'm not going through all that for all of these, so we're just pasting it. And then for the 40s, we'll delete these, delete these, delete these. I'll paste the air group into here. It'll be over capacity. That means we go down by change the number to 5 naval patrol craft. We'll go down by 5 heavy jet fighters. And we'll go down by 1 attack squadron. Then we copy that one. We put that in all the 40s. And then that should be all of the prop aircraft gone. We'll disband that one. And we'll have to redo the Hosho or the Soryu? I don't know. We'll redo all those when we get the chance. All right. We have a bunch of money left over because we're not maintaining a bunch of those aircraft right now, which that number will start climbing again very quickly. So let's check our air groups on the Shinano. Yeah, they're still getting equipped, so these are going to be fine. These are good. The Shinano and the Ashai. All right, so now this is our opportunity if we can possibly upgrade these. I did see a message where the heavy jet fighters count as like 1.5 on these smaller aircraft carriers that are under 40,000 tons. So we might be in a little bit of trouble. We might not be able to upgrade these very well. This already has angled flight deck. Okay. Okay. That's good though. So we're looking pretty good on these. Actually, we don't need to do anything. We don't even need to refit these. We can just start giving them air groups. Very cool. So actually, we'll just ban that one entirely and give them heavy jet fighters, night capable. We will give them attack aircraft, night capable. And we'll get rid of one more squadron of the light jet fighters since we have the heavies on there now. And we'll do one more squadron of jet attack, night capable. It's over capacity because it counts as like extras. We'll go down by 1 there. We'll go down by 1 there. We'll go down by 1 here. Well, hang on, we can go by 1 here. That does it. Okay. It's a little bit of a weird air group. And those are all night capable. That's right. So once these are all rebuilt, we're going to go through and reassign everything. but we do want to make everything night capable. So once all the other aircraft carriers are finished with their upgrades, we'll go through and we'll rearrange their squadrons, and we'll make them night capable. Oh, these are light jet fighters can't be night capable? What the heck? All right, well, that's fine. Just test on here. It can't be. Okay. So the light jet fighters, this might have to go away eventually as we re-equip all the larger aircraft carriers with heavy fighters. As a matter of fact, we can do that right now. Heavy jet fighters with night capability and heavy jet fighters with night capability. So there's a lot of organizing this time around. I appreciate it if you stuck through all of that. That was a real mess. And we're going to end up with, we had 2 extra destroyers there. That's fine. We'll just assign the extras to like the 1st division and the 2nd division. And then the new set of destroyers will start coming into service in, about 18 months or so. Hopefully before any wars break out, because we have a lot of stuff being rebuilt and we have a lot of stuff being built. So we do have a lot to look forward coming up. The bungos, maybe we should do that way with some money. Real quick, replace the machinery because they are getting old. Their last rebuild was in 1944, which is 10 years ago. We can give them diesel engines. We can give them spacious accommodations. How do we manage it? We can upgrade the guns. We're going to have to give them better radar as well. And then we could get rid of some of these tertiary guns and like one set of 5-inch off each side. And then I guess we can give them a couple more tertiaries. All right. So that puts it at 12 months and 2,700 each. That's just fine with me. Yeah, we can't really increase the speed. We could save weight, but increase fire hazard. We don't want to do that on our battleships. No, no, no. All right, we will start upgrading the bungos. And I think that's it for this episode. Next time around, I guess for everybody else, it'll be tomorrow. We'll, I don't know, I guess we'll wait for stuff to get finished and we'll start working on some more destroyers. We'll also see what the money costs look like in total as like all of these jet fighters essentially take over the place of the old prop-driven aircraft. There's like pretty much none of those going to be in service anymore. Like the torpedo bombers, the old fighters, the dive bombers, they're all going away. If we have some on hand, we can actually make these obsolete. And we can make the torpedo bombers obsolete as well. And hopefully that'll actually take them out of these stockpiles. Where are they? We're going to sort by year. Here are the dive bombers. They still are on hand. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Save the game. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. I just said that. I'll, what is it? Sail safely out there. Yeah, that's it.